Hello students, welcome to Swapna physics classes. In this class, I am going to explain one more question for TS IPE first year, inter first year examination. Okay, one more essay question. This is the fourth question which I am going to explain. The question is state and explain Newton's law of cooling and state the conditions under which Newton's law of cooling is applicable. First of all, we have to write the statement for Newton's law of cooling. Newton's law of cooling is the rate of loss of heat. Here, the loss of heat takes place with respect to time, which is minus dq by dt, minus dq by dt. Okay, of the body is directly proportional to the difference in temperature of the body and its surroundings. For example, I have boiled some milk in a bowl, okay, and the temperature of this milk is T, which is greater than the temperature of the surroundings. Okay, now I allowed this milk to cool. Okay, I just allowed this milk to cool. And here the heat transfer takes place between the milk and the surroundings. The heat is lost by the milk to the surroundings, okay, with respect to some time. I had observed the temperature of this milk for some time, okay, and here the heat is lost to the surroundings from this milk. Okay, here there is a loss of heat with respect to time. This minus sign indicates loss of heat, okay, and is directly proportional to the temperature, difference of temperature in the body and the surroundings, difference of temperature of the body and its surroundings. Okay, now this can be written as minus dq by dt. I am removing the proportionality here, which is equal to B into, what is delta T we have? Difference in temperature of the body and its surroundings, which is T minus Ps. Okay. Here B is a positive proportionality constant. Positive proportionality constant. And it depends on the nature of the body, and the area exposed to its surroundings. Okay, and T is the temperature of the body, and Ts is the surrounding temperature of the body. Okay, and dt is the rate of change of time, dq is the change of heat of the body, and this negative sign or minus sign indicates loss of heat by the body to its surroundings. Okay, just copy this. This is equation number 1. And in this question we are going to use specific heat capacity. What is specific heat capacity? I will define the specific heat capacity, but I will derive the equation and will give clear explanation in our further classes. specific heat capacity is nothing but the quantity of heat, required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of the substance. 1 gram of the substance, the quantity of heat which is used to require to raise the temperature of 1 gram of the substances to 1 degree Celsius. 1 degree Celsius temperature raise అవ్వడానికి 1 gram యొక్క సబ్స్టెన్స్ యొక్క టెంపరేచర్ 1 degree Celsius రేజ్ అవ్వడానికి ఎంత అమౌంట్ అయితే హీట్ రిక్వైర్ అవుతుందో దాన్ని స్పెసిఫిక్ హీట్ కెపాసిటీ అంటారు. అండ్ ద ఈక్వేషన్ ఈజ్ గివెన్ యాజ్ S is equal to 1 by m times dq by dt. This S is the specific heat capacity. M is the mass of the substance and dq is the change of heat and dt is the change in temperature of the body. Okay. Now from this equation, dq is equal to ms into dt. This is equation number 2. Now substitute equation number 2 in equation number 1. Okay, dq in place of dq just substitute m as dt by dt, which is equal to, I am writing this minus sign towards right hand side, b into t minus ts. Okay, now from here dt by dt, which is equal to, I am just bringing this ms towards right hand side, minus b by ms into t minus ts. Okay, and this minus b by ms I am replacing with k, some constant. Okay, dt by dt is equal to k times t minus ts. Okay, and this equation can also be written as d theta by dt. In place of t I am writing theta. Okay, which is equal to k into theta average minus theta naught. While solving problems we use this equation. Okay, don't get confused, I am just rewriting this equation in this form. And what is theta average? Theta average is equal to theta 1 plus theta 2 by 2. I just given one example, right? If I boiled some milk and allowed it to cool for some time, as the time changes, temperature changes, change of temperature occurs, right? The temperature decreases and the surrounding temperature increases slightly. Okay, so here the temperature is changing as the time is changing. I am taking the average of this temperature. And writing it as theta average, which is equal to theta 1 plus theta by 2. Okay, don't get confused. Copy in your notebook. This is the average temperature of the body. average temperature of the body, and theta naught is the surrounding temperature. Surrounding temperature. Copy this. And in our question we have, state the conditions under which Newton's law of cooling is applicable. Here heat transfer takes place due to convection. Conduction, convection, radiation. Do you know this? The heat transfer takes place because of conduction, convection and radiation. Conduction, I am just giving you a brief idea about conduction, convection and radiation. Conduction requires a material medium for heat transfer. For convection, it also requires a medium for heat transfer. But the difference is, for conduction I am giving you one example. For example, I had taken an iron rod and heated one end of this rod. I just heated one end of this rod. Initially, this part of the iron rod is heated, right? And after some time, the heat transfer takes place from this end to the other end. Here there is a temperature difference between these two ends, right? Therefore, the heat transfer takes place from this end to the other end. Temperature ఎక్కువ ఇక్కడ temperature తక్కువ ఉంది. So from high to low the temperature transfer takes place. This is conduction. And coming to convection, our earth is heated. This is the earth surface. We just assume our earth surface is heated by the sun rays. Okay, and here the heat transfer between the earth and the earth surface and the air molecules takes place because of convection. And one more example is the stream flow of heat over the sea surface. The stream flow of heat between the earth surface and the sea surface water. Convection takes place in fluids. It takes place in between fluids. Conduction takes place in between solids. Solids are good conductors of heat, right? Conduction, convection and radiation. Radiation doesn't require any material medium. It doesn't require any material medium. For example, the heat from the sun reaches to the earth's surface, and between the sun and the earth there is no material medium, but the heat transfer takes place. It's just because of radiation. Electromagnetic waves. Through electromagnetic waves the heat transfer takes place here. This is the difference between conduction, convection and radiation. In Newton's law of cooling is applicable. This is applicable when the heat transfer takes place because of convection. Okay, when is it applicable? When heat transfer takes place because of convection. Okay, just copy this. And one more is, whenever the temperature of the body is uniformly distributed. is applicable only when the temperature of the body is uniformly distributed. Equally distributed అయినప్పుడు మాత్రమే applicable అవుతుంది. And a problem will be attached to this question. What is the problem? Let's see. Write the problem. A body cools. Problem. A body cools. A body cools down from 60 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, and 40 degrees Celsius in 8 minutes. In 8 minutes. Okay. Find out the surrounding temperature. Find out its surrounding. Find out its surrounding temperature. Write the data given in the problem. ఫుల్ మార్క్స్ స్కోర్ చేయాలంటే మాత్రం మీకు ప్రాబ్లం ఎలా సాల్వ్ చేయాలి స్టెప్స్ చెప్పాను కదా, యూ హ్యావ్ టు ఫాలో దట్. ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ రైట్ ది డేటా అండ్ ద రిక్వైర్డ్ ఫార్ములా and try to solve this problem. What is the data given in the problem? Solution is given that the body cools from 60 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes. Okay. Then after it cools down to 40 degrees Celsius. 40 degrees Celsius in 8 minutes. Okay. And we have to find out the surrounding temperature of the body. Let's find out. And what is the required formula? d theta by dt is equal to d theta by dt is equal to k times of theta average minus theta naught. What is theta average? d theta by dt is equal to k times of theta 1 plus theta 2 by 2 minus theta naught. నేను ఎంతమంది క్వశ్చన్లో ఆన్సర్లో dt by dt అంటే టీని ఎందుకు టీటాతో రీప్లేస్ చేసి ఇక్కడ యావరేజ్ ఎందుకు తీసుకున్నానో ఈ ప్రాబ్లంలో మీకు అర్థమవుతుంది. ఓకే. అండ్ ఇన్ దిస్ ప్రాబ్లం theta 1 is 60 degrees Celsius, theta 2 is 50 degrees Celsius, and the temperature, change of temperature with respect to change of time. Okay, here the time changes from 0 to 5 minutes, right? The change of temperature time is 5 minutes. Sorry, the change of time is 5 minutes here. Okay, now d theta is nothing but change of temperature, just like dt equals to t1 minus t2. Okay, t ni nenu theta tho replace chese ante. Okay, in this equation d theta is equal to, in this question d theta is equal to 60 minus 50 degrees Celsius, which is 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, now substitute this in this equation, the data in this equation. d theta is 10 by dt is 5 minutes, which is equal to k times what is the average temperature we have? Average of these two, that is theta 1 plus theta 2 by 2 is 60 plus 50 by 2, which is 110 by 2. 2 5s are 10, 2 5s are 10, 55. average temperature minus theta naught is the surrounding temperature. We have to find out this. This is equation number 1. This is equation number 1. And again the temperature is changed from 50 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius. Here initial temperature theta 1 is 50 degrees Celsius. Final temperature theta 2 is 40 degrees Celsius. And the time is 8 minutes. The time taken to decrease the temperature from 50 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius is 8 minutes. Okay, now substitute in this equation. First of all, we have to find out the average of these two. That is 50 plus 40 by 2. 50 plus 40 is 90 by 2, which is 45, right? 2 4 is 8, 2 5 is 10, 45. Yes. And change of temperature, that is d theta, is theta 1 minus theta 2, which is 50 minus 40, which is 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, just substitute in this equation. What is d theta? We have 10 by time taken is 8 minutes, which is equals to k into what is the average temperature we have, 45 minus theta naught. This is equation number 2. Okay. Now what I am doing here is dividing equation with equation 2. Equation 1 with equation 2. What is equation 1? 10 by 5 by 10 by 8, which is equal to k into 55 minus theta naught by k into 45 minus theta naught. Okay. Now we just pause the video and copy. Just pause the video and copy all this in your notebook. This is the way you have to follow whenever you are solving a problem. Okay. And 10 get cancelled. We have 8 by 5 equals to kk get cancelled. 55 minus theta naught by 45 minus theta naught. Now just do cross multiplication. 8 into 45 minus theta naught is equal to 5 into 55 minus theta naught. Okay. 8 into 45 into minus 8 theta naught, which is equal to 5 into 55 minus 5 theta naught. I am bringing theta terms on one side. Okay. Minus 5 theta naught plus 8 theta naught is equal to, and you just bring this towards left side, 5 into 55 minus 5 into 55 plus 8 into 45, and this will be 3 theta naught equal to, you just multiply, and what you have to do, bring this 3 towards this side. 845 minus 5 into 55 divided by 3, and you just solve this and tell me the answer in the comment box. Comment box lo, comment section lo answer into find out chesi నాకు చెప్పండి. This is one of the example problems for this question. Okay, the values might change in your examination, and you have to follow the same process to solve this problem. Okay, and all the 4 essay questions are completed for your examination. Explanation of 4 questions are completed. These 4 questions are enough for you for your section C. In your section C, 4 questions are given, and you have to solve 2 questions. Okay, from these 4 questions, definitely you will get 3 questions. 3 questions in your examination. You can write 2 questions perfectly. If you want to write one more extra question, you can write. Okay, bye.